Such a tragic fate, hidden behind every letter, so many unfulfilled ambitions, the desire to paint the world in your own colors, and a small pinch of existential horror, spiced with a secret love for the furry fandom. How did you know? Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir du Vide, and a while ago I played the game Don't Eat the Cashier, and I seemed to get all the good endings with everyone. But now I want to quickly go back and see what would happen if I chose some other choices, just for fun. Oh, Bob, it's so good to see you again. So the story with this game is that you've become the cashier of a gas station. That's where monsters come to. There's all sorts of kooky, crazy stuff around here, and Bob is giving you the rundown. But you didn't expect your boss to be, a Cthulhu monster. Ah, werewolves, ectoplasmic entities, and what the heck are you anyway? Aha! It seems like all the jars with mysterious contents started to shake because of my despair. At last! A human being who knows the proper greeting protocol. Your vocal outburst demonstrates a high level of respect for the hierarchy. Oh, I thought that was going to annoy him. Your predecessor, Kevin, just mumbled an unsanctionedly excreted tear fluids. Werewolves and ectoplasmic entities are just a few examples of the many insignificant life forms that frequent this establishment. Oh yeah, I gotta boop that werewolf's snoodle. I'm at a gas station. For monsters. I got a job with Cthulhu for minimum wage. This is all you need to know. No, only I decide what I need to know. Hee. Incorrect, human. The statement is actually legally and metaphysically inaccurate. Rebellious conglomerate of water and carbon. I may be a conglomerate, but I have my pride. I demand to know what I'm dealing with, sir. Pride is an irrational development of self-worth based on arbitrary achievements that are incredibly small on a galactic scale. Until I see your achievements in the only important matter of your miserable life, earning currency units for me, you are forbidden from having pride. Seems like this is what it means to be a worker in the service industry, monster boss or not. You are a persistent human organism, and I shall, so be it, tell you more about my interplanetary grandeur. But later. First, you will prove yourself as the perfect vending machine operator, and not a second sooner. And the last rule, remember, organism. This tip container must be filled with money by the end of your wake cycle. If the bottom of the jar is visible, you will clean the sanitary rooms with this object in the dimension of absolute horrors and suffering for 2,510 years. I couldn't take my eyes off the fork, the potential tool of my eternal servitude. At this moment, my mind fully capitulated. Bring it on, Bob. Only 2,510 years? Why not 2,511? Organism? Do you dare to use sarcasm? You greatly overestimate your significance, single-brained creature. I warn you, one more joke like this and the duration of your possible punishment will increase by another millennium, and one prong will disappear from the fork. He gurgles indignantly for a while longer before finally concluding the briefing. Goodbye, organism. Good luck in your currency acquisition and button pressing.
Could you show me how exactly I press the buttons?
Points at the buttons on the vending machine. I point at the sticky buttons on the vending machine. Bob's central eye looks at my finger, then at the machine, then back at my face. The creature sighs. A tentacle extends from his body with torturous slowness. With the drama of a pianist pressing the last tragic note, the tip of the tentacle presses down. Bob waits expectantly.
I didn't get it.
The tentacle presses the button again. This time, even twice.
I didn't get it.
It seems like he's about to have an aneurysm from rage, and that's despite not having a circulatory system. Let me just save. The button is pressed repeatedly, the clicks merging to a furious, thundering rhythm of pure anger. It seems like he might explode any moment now. Didn't get it.
Outrageous creature! How do you intend to sell goods if even the concept of a button is too complex for your understanding? My teaching method was perfect. I refuse to believe such an ethereal level of stupidity exists. You're mocking me, creature. Don't you dare pull such jokes again.
It takes him a moment to regain his composure. He mutters something, almost inaudibly, about
why me, it seems, or why this planet specifically. This concludes the briefing.
Half expecting him to wrap me up in a tentacle and throw me out the door.
You have shown a tendency towards excessive vocalization, so I'll give you a warning. Do not raise your voice at visitors, unless they like it. And no more inappropriate jokes. More appropriate jokes.
Where the heck did this clown come from?
My dreams.
You can't just appear with the sound of a creepy piano, sir.
My deepest apologies. I didn't mean to frighten you, my fair lady. You're right, that was far too much drama in that entrance. What would you prefer for my next appearance? Triumphant fanfare and a cheering crowd? Or perhaps just enough accompaniment?
I know how to read, I swear I do.
Accompaniment from the voices in your own head. Tell me.
Have you tried using the door? Point to the door. That thing?
Ah, yes. Doors and hinges and thresholds. Square things. It's so incredibly mundane. Where's the pizzazz? An interestingly shaped doorway. This establishment, I feel, belongs to an incredibly powerful cosmic entity, and all it could come up with is the mundane earthly interior. I have no desire to walk through an arch that doesn't even have carved finials.
What's a finial? It seems my boss will carve a finial out of me if I don't sell at least a can of soda to the Mad Hatter. I want to see what would really make him mad. What if I go, please don't eat me? I'm just a miserable, tasteless cashier. Besides, the name of the game is Don't Eat the Cashier.
Ah, eat you? Oh, no, my dear slice of mortal anxiety. What a dreadful suggestion. I would never be so rude. I'm merely a traveler here, not a predator. You are completely safe from the threat of being eaten, but from everything else, well, that's a whole other story.
Bursts into tears. A look of deep, almost childlike confusion suddenly appears on his face. I'm a tragic grain of sand on the face of the universe, the most miserable creature in the world. Oh, and he wipes my tears. He gracefully raises a pale, slender hand and gently wipes a tear from my cheek with his knuckles. I freeze. A monster is comforting me. This is what we've come to, or he's pleased that his next meal will be well seasoned. For some reason, my tragic symphony quiets down. Oh, he's so sweet.
There we go. Much better. Tears are so wet, and they'll ruin your lovely complexion.
He looks at me as if nothing happened. I'm trying to make you mad, sir. I mean, you're already mad, but the other kind of mad. If you're not here to eat me, are you here to steal me away to your circus? Make me walk a tightrope and juggle?
I'm afraid, my dear, that circus performers need fearlessness, which you clearly lack. Although, of course, it would be tempting to see you, my lady, in sequins and peacock feathers as a member of the clown union.
The workers at this establishment could certainly use the help of the clown union. He's not wrong about that. Maybe I can make him mad by being boring. Alright. Okay, wonderful. Then let me, what would you like to purchase?
Ah, yes. That's why I'm here. Another corner of the universe. Amazingly, people live here too, and they trade as well. Yet, well, there's nothing to be surprised of if you think about it. I expected something more interesting, at least a world of lizards and ancient descendants from Hyperborea battling them.
What? Nothing seems to faze this guy. All right.
Oh, wait. Where are my manners? I suppose I must introduce myself. I have many names, most of which are not fit to be spoken in the company of a lovely lady. The nicest I've heard is the Mad King. However, my mortal mother named me Deiran. Now, may I have your hand?
Sorry, my mother told me not to offer my hand to strangers or any other parts of me, sir. Oh, your highness.
He bursts into genuine booming laughter. Your mother was truly a wise woman, a masterful stroke of self-preservation. I haven't been rebuffed so delightfully in, well, at least a century. Others prefer to use enchanted swords and pitchforks. They forget that words can wound too, but perhaps I can still melt your heart. I have an eternity for that, literally. May I know your name?
I refuse to reveal my true name. Demons always do terrible things with them.
Refusal? A rebellion against age-old traditions? My lady, your rebellious spirit certainly commands respect. What a pity that the plastic badge on your chest holds a different opinion.
Aw, man. Well, joke's on you. Espoir is my chosen name, not my real name.
Lady Espoir.
Gosh darn badges. We don't need no stinking badges. Ah, give it back.
He laughs. So soon? But my dear, I've just got it. I'm not ready to part with it so easily.
I'm trying to make you mad, but you're just liking me even more.
Such a tragic fate, hidden behind every letter. So many unfulfilled ambitions. The desire to paint the world in your own colors. And a small pinch of existential horror, spiced with a secret love for the furry fandom. How did you know?
Darn it, get out of my head!
Apologies, my lady. Sometimes I just can't resist peeking behind the textures. It's such a terrible temptation. You have no idea how hard it is to live with.
I feel like my brain is turning to jelly. I'm trying to make you mad, just making you like me. And I don't understand when we'll finally get to the point where you go and buy this can of Mr. Pip, I don't know.
We've been talking for 5 minutes, but it feels like an eternity. And I've got to somehow squeeze a tip out of this guy and not lose my mind. Two utterly impossible tasks when dealing with a regular person, let alone another cosmic entity.
So, let's finally get to the purpose of my visit. It's completely unknown to me.
Hey!
Oh no, we've been teleported to a creepy Fallout place. Put it back where it was in the jar too.
You really don't like change, do you? But life is ever-changing. Life is not a stone, my dear. Life is water. But since you don't like this current, so be it. Let me find us something less populated with mutants.
This is still not my store. Bob is gonna kill me.
Don't worry, my dear. Time flows differently here. In your cage of capitalism, it's practically at a standstill. No one will disturb us, especially not your evil, beady-eyed squid. Such vile creatures, squids.
I figured he would like squids.
I really should turn someone into a squid. Or 3 squids. How thrilling.
I'm slowly getting used to the landscape. The fireflies are quite charming.
What's up, Toad, whose name I forgot? Point at the frog with the human face. Who is that?
That's Lorei, one of the brave souls who dared to challenge my authority. My dear friend who once walked the path of an adventure.
Oh yeah, we hear a story that Lorei tried to kill him and turn him into a frog. Hold on, I don't want to make a decision yet,
What exactly did Lorei do?
What did this walking sack of manure do, besides trying to kill me? Oh, plenty. He swung a sword blazing with righteous fury or some nonsense. He dared to come to my home, a world born of my shattered mind, and dictate what the natural order should be. Such an audacious, vile creature. He made such repulsive noises, clanking, grumbling, shouting, praying, threatening, moralizing. The last part was the hardest to endure. But as it turns out, holiness doesn't prevent frogification, or chairification. I found various uses for Lorei over the years of our friendship.
You turned my man into a chair?
Oh, the fall of the great Lorei, the funniest Tuesday of this century, a Tuesday filled with pomp, irony, and croaking.
Maybe you could break the spell? Maybe he's learned his lesson?
You appeal to my mercy? You think this being has learned his lesson? My dear, you don't understand. This isn't a lesson. It's a joke, and the joke is still very, very funny. However, if you care so much about his fate, you're welcome to take him with you. He can't become human again. His fragile mind couldn't handle such a transformation a second time. He spent too much time in the body of an ordinary frog.
Okay. I guess I got a frog now.
Wonderful. That poor wretch will be waiting for you at your gas station. As a token of my royal... well, I'm just glad to be rid of that dreary sufferer. By the way, how does the meat taste? Is the human flesh tender enough?
My fork freezes halfway. Now, last time I was very happy to press, not as tasty as the one I had before yesterday, chew while looking him in the eye. You're the law here. What if I go... Up? I bend over and send the entire dinner onto the moss beside me, which absorbs it all without a trace. I look up at this monster with teary eyes and see a satisfied grin. 'Cause it's not real meat, and I know he's messing with me now.
My dear, your expression is priceless. You're so trusting. I apologize. I couldn't resist such a dreadful joke. It's just venison. As far as I can tell by taste, not very intelligent.
This part of the story is about a witch lady who tried to seduce the Mad King, but he captured her, and now we get to decide her fate. She also had a really big hat. I refuse, like last time, I know it would make him really happy to turn her into a hat, a small hat. But no, I refuse to decide her fate.
How incredibly disappointing. You're offered a blank canvas of another's existence, a chance to paint a masterpiece of suffering or a comedy of errors, and you choose not to pick up the brush. You choose dullness and boredom. Well, if that's your quiet harbor, my dear, so be it. I'm afraid royal duties await me. Our time is up. I shall send you back, Espoir.
I rise from the chair. Deiran yawns.
What an astonishingly dull way to spend our time, don't you think? But no worries. I've thought of a way to make your journey home a tad more entertaining.
Uh-oh. His gaze makes me wary. He snaps his fingers with a sound like a quiet clap of thunder. The world flips. A wave of dizziness overtakes me, and I fall forward, hitting the ground with a dull thud. Everything around me suddenly seems, oh no, unimaginably large. My hands are gone, replaced by, well, I don't want to look. I feel a ridiculous, pointy hat on my head, and a long white beard that definitely wasn't there a moment ago. Did you turn me into a gnome?
Much better. I thought that little fellow from your reality could use some company.
I was too boring for him, and he turned me into a gosh darn garden gnome.
Worry not, my little gnome. I'll send you back to your gas station. Your boss will hardly notice the swap. He might even appreciate your newfound diligence. After all, there's less chance of you annoying the next customer.
My mind screams, but not a sound escapes my new gnome lips. This is going to be a very, very long shift. Ha! Ha ha ha! Yay, our first bad end of the day. Hey there, pre-recorded Esquire here, and may I have 30 seconds of your time? Want me to draw your OCs? Check out my Ko-fi page for art commissions as low as $20. Link in the description. Every week I post a Saturday update blog on both of my Patreons and now also my YouTube channel members. With behind-the-scenes stuff, upcoming games I want to play, life stuff, old lady stuff, and pictures of Daisy. Link in the description. Want to see the full uncensored versions of gameplays I can't show on this channel? Join my adult Patreon for the low, low price of $1 and being over the age of 18. And then do you yearn to wear merch of a super obscure free visual novel? Check out my TeePublic and Teespring t-shirt store. Description the in link. Want to support my channel but you have no money? Hit the like button or subscribe. It's free. That's right, free. We're just giving it away. Check out my itch.io page. Play Picture Perfect Boyfriend. It's free. Link in the description. And now we come to our vampire friend, who I thought was a zombie at first, but he's a vampire and he got messed up. You look like the Terminator at the end of the second movie, buddy. The Terminator who just wrecked my entire floor. Give him a thumbs up.
That thumbs up is gonna end up in your booty cheeks.
Not my booty cheeks. Oh yeah, I forgot. He's got a real penchant for talking about my booty cheeks. Would you like some tomato juice? Strong vintage.
Are you fluffing kidding me? I'll turn you into a pack of juice if you don't hurry up.
He suddenly leans forward, boring into me with his remaining eye.
Go find me some gosh darn blood.
I'll go find him some gosh darn blood. Let's see, what blood would make him especially angry? Take the delicious fat rat integrity 87% running across the floor. Oh, in the corner of a fridge, instead of the packed goods, sits a live, plump rat. I am sorry, rat. Oh, I'm sorry, little buddy. I look at this unfortunate creature. It looks back at me with its tiny, pleading, bead-like eyes. And you're quite nutritious. Take it for eating. It's a cruel world. Either the rat or me. Nothing personnel, kid. Just business. He abruptly lifts his head as I approach.
You could have hurried up.
He grumbles, but his tone reveals that he feels relief. The search could have taken even longer. A nauseating crunch of bones and a piercing squeak abruptly cut off. Was that a Minecraft noise? He devoured the rat in a matter of seconds.
That's... for crying out loud, you brought me a darn rat?
Ha! Rat sucker! He lets out an annoyed sigh. He's probably thinking right now that he clearly ate the wrong rat.
Very funny, you fluffin' butt. You could have found something better than this crap.
This isn't a restaurant for bloodsuckers. Be grateful we even have some things left in stock. He stretches his lips into a smile, revealing blood-stained fangs.
Whoa, easy there, Karen. Didn't know you had teeth.
Oh no, is he gonna like me anyway if I'm being sassy?
Isn't that a bit too much attitude for a cashier making $3 an hour?
Actually, it's $6. Twice the reasons to be proud of myself.
Alright, to heck with it. Better than nothing. I'm gonna rinse off. Might as well wash my mouth, too.
I'm trying to make these fellas mad. What if I give him take blood of human organism, homeless, high content of cheap alcohol and tuberculosis? Ugh. The jar is sealed, but my eyes water from the smell of alcohol. Just what a cool guy in a leather jacket needs. May the Lord help him not go blind when he drinks it. He abruptly lifts his head as I approach.
Give me that right now!
He growled at me. He snatches his dinner from my hands so quickly that I don't even have time to realize what happened. He downs the contents in a couple of big, frantic gulps. The whole liter practically disappears in seconds. A mad grin spreads across his face. I start to worry for a moment that he'll smash the jar against his head, or mine, but thankfully he just whistles and slams it against the table.
This is some revitalizing crap. I just drank some liquor hangover, alcohol, amphetamines, cleansing fluid.
Oh, hey Mikey, he likes it.
It's like the dude had been chugging pure alcohol by the liters for years. He clearly lived his best life. He might have lived longer if he hadn't decided that drinking makes him invulnerable to the cold. He shakes his head sympathetically. I don't know where you got this, but it's the best thing I ever drunk in my life.
He loves it! I'm trying to make you mad! That doesn't speak well of your life. He chuckles cheerfully.
My life is just one big mess. Nothing to be proud of. Nothing to be ashamed of. Just like many others.
Well, that definitely doesn't apply to me, right? Nobody's ever praised me like this in my life. I don't even know what to think. My name? I'm Crystal, like champagne.
Or like a stripper. Cool.
You don't know that.
But your badge says Espoir.
That's for conspiracy.
Aha, you're one of those, huh? Conspiracy theorists? Where's your tinfoil hat?
Dress code doesn't allow it. It was stolen by aliens who collect hats.
Got it. Unpleasant customers, I suppose.
Are there aliens? It seems I've puzzled him. That happens often with people. I can't blame them for anything. Now I have a vampire here, and he's regenerating. Wonderful. Let's see if I can make him real mad. Are you sure you're a vampire? Not a Chupacabra? They drink blood, too.
What the heck kind of question is that? What's wrong with you? You seriously don't know the difference between a vampire and a Chupacabra? Chupacabras are mindless animals that run on 4 legs. They scare farmers in Texas. They eat goats. I don't know, they bark, they stink. I stink too, but that's because it's dirt from the battlefield. There's a difference.
He says this with the look of a professor.
And they definitely can't talk. Do I have 4 legs? Fur? Maybe a goat in my teeth? Or do I run in on 4 legs with a goat in my mouth? No. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm not a Chupacabra. That's why, for heaven's sake.
I think what bothers him most is that a Chupacabra is small. He clearly wants to be a big and cool creature. Have you ever seen a Chupacabra, smart guy?
You'd be better off not knowing what I have seen. A Chupacabra is just the tip of the iceberg of all the supernatural crap that crawls around here.
David looks at me meaningfully. In his opinion, the topic is closed under a shroud of tough masculinity. But something tells me we'll return to this question. Oh, I don't want to help you, but my employment contract requires me to treat the creatures that come in here. David lets out a dry chuckle.
Wow, what honesty. What if the creatures don't want your treatment, Dr. Cox? It's just a couple of scratches, and a little piece of butt that'll grow back in its own. I'm fine.
Oh yeah, they bit his booty cheeks. I see. You're afraid of doctors, huh? Such a tough guy, yet scared of getting treated.
Afraid? I'm not scared of anything in this life. I'm the most fearless bloodsucker in the world. I'm not afraid of some nurse with crooked hands. I've dealt with such crap that you... Wait a second. Are you trying to challenge me?
Yes. I shake my head with the most sincere look of innocence on my face.
Fine. Hand over your first aid kit. If another werewolf isn't hiding in there, I have no reason to worry.
I decide to keep quiet about the very real possibility that there might actually be a werewolf hiding in there. I'm not sure of anything as this cursed gas station.
Listen up. Don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave, or you'll feel incredibly crappy. Trust me, if you rat me out to that mutt, I'll find a way to get out and twist your head off.
The threat in his voice is completely lacking, mostly because his voice now comes from a very small, though angry, bat. I'm gonna tell.
Werewolf?
A werewolf is about to come here.
Oh, he's a big boy.
The creature steps inside. Oh, that's a big boy. That's a big old boy right there. That's a big boy.
Good evening, ma'am.
Puppy. A low, rumbling bass, surprisingly calm and friendly. Can I pay you?
Ma'am, I'm not sure I understood you correctly. You want to pet me?
Let me give you scritches and nose boops. He awkwardly shifts from paw to paw.
That's very unexpected. And of course, flattering, ma'am. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of on duty, tracking the supernatural.
He looks around nervously.
All right, you can, but just a little. I still have important business.
Oh, the puppy. Hey, the little puppy. Hey, the puppy.
And that's how I die. Giant puppy, dead.
I reach out and pet him. The fur is warm, soft, and thick. Look how angry he is. He's so angry. I'm gonna tell on you. I immediately feel a low vibration. The werewolf is quietly, silently purring. At first, it's a barely noticeable movement, but then his short, fluffy tail starts to wag slowly, but confidently from side to side. He's a good boy. A very, very big, but good boy. He deserves praise. I'm the Princess Mononoke of the gas station, although David doesn't seem thrilled. I pulled my hand back. I'm not on your side this time, David.
Thank you, ma'am. It's been a while since I've been... Anyway, thank you. So getting back to the purpose of my visit. Apologies for the sudden intrusion. Edward, you can just call me Eddie. We're chasing down a certain pest. You haven't seen a vampire around here by chance, have you? You know, young, a bit scruffy, wearing a leather jacket. You see, here's the story. One of our packs nearly took out a vampire's sire and his offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle. We suffered losses. We tried to track them and found one of them, well, more like a pile of ash where he once lay.
Yeah, I think the story is that David killed his own sire.
It seems one bloodsucker offed the other when he was weakened. Their family values are quite lacking.
It seems patricide has occurred. David didn't tell me anything about it. Probably that's why he had all those questions about vampirism. He was trying to get advice on where to go after killing his creator, but in a completely idiotic way. I feel kind of bad about ratting him out now, but I'm gonna do it. Let's see. Blackmail David, slowly glance at the tip jar, then briefly meet David's eyes, hinting he owes a tip. The bat nervously swallows and slowly nods his head. He fully understands my threat. I'm gonna ring him out anyway. Grab David and hand him over to the werewolf. Let the wolf leave a tip. So do I get a tip? Aww. I grab his small, bony body. A thin, desperate squeak echoes.
Well, look at that. He was hiding, the rascal. I'm at a loss for words.
He takes David from me. Weakened from previous battles, he can no longer resist. From seemingly nowhere, the werewolf produces a tip. I don't want to know where that money came from.
Here, this is for your trouble, and for your civic-mindedness.
I sold a vampire for $30. I'm a business shark. $30? $30 tip? Huh. The werewolf politely nods and disappears into the night. The gas station sinks into absolute silence. I survived another visitor. It seems I'm starting to get used to this job. Is he gonna come back and get me? This is definitely not another vampire. Hee.
Hi.
He clears his throat.
Hello, babe. My name is Victor. Aren't your parents pirates by any chance?
Frown at him, waiting for him to finally say what he's going to buy. The remnants of Victor's confidence evaporate like dew in the morning sun under my frown. That look seems to say, maybe I'm wearing a pirate hat on my head. Maybe there's a ship docked behind me.
Does that mean no? All right,
His face reflects a mix of panic and deep regret. He looks ready to sink into the ground. Would you like me to bring you some fresh water from my ship's supplies?
You have a ship docked here? I mean, this is a supernatural gas station, not a supernatural harbor.
A wave of heat suddenly washes over his face as he realizes it was a joke. His tail flicks sharply and awkwardly, hitting the chocolate bar counter.
I mean, no, I'm fine. I don't want to drink.
His face is burning. Victor takes another deep, frantic breath. That was horrible. This was the worst day of my life to have ears. His shoulders seem to drop even lower. He practically melts into a purple puddle of shame on the floor.
What? Is it really that awful?
Oh God, he's about to cry. A demon is going to weep in my shop.
I mean, worse than the sound of foam squeaking, or when someone scrapes a fork across a plate?
Nods slowly. It was pretty terrible. His soul would probably leave his body right now if he had one. Victor sniffles.
Oh, I really need to rethink my tactics. Maybe I do need a glass of water, or napkin.
With titanic effort, he holds back his wave of despair. He coughs shyly and mumbles something to himself. Oh, the mantis mom showing her off for all her millions of children.
You have very beautiful children, ma'am. All 20 of them. Incredibly cute.
That's just the first wallet. Help him? Hand the lady her order? No, he's fine. Don't interfere. I only hand over the order when she starts talking about how sensitive her larvae's digestive tract is. By that point, Victor himself starts to look like a weary father of 40 tiny little pests. His conscience or indecision prevented him from fleeing into the night crying. His suffering seems to stretch on endlessly until the lady finally left the store with her purchase, thanking the Incubus for the pleasant conversation. Though to be honest, he couldn't even get a word in. He might have squeaked something pitiful between her tales of diapers and poor history grades. Victor turns to me with a tortured look.
I will never talk to people, to monsters, to insect monsters, animals. Never, ever. No way.
He mutters this barely audibly to himself. Oh, demons these days. How quickly he gives up. And she didn't even get to pull out her third wallet. Ooh. So poor Victor here was tricked into becoming an incubus, and now he doesn't know what to do, and we have an instructional book on how to help him, but I'm gonna mess him up. You know, Victor, you look more like a sleep paralysis demon.
What? No. It says here, incredible, chilling horror. I don't invoke horror at all. I'm the one who's constantly horrified by all these interactions with others. If I was appointed as a sleep paralysis demon, I'd be the monster in the closet that never comes out. Ever.
Oh.
Only if you're not into sleeping paralysis monsters, are you?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't like them either. When I was little, I had my own personal sleep paralysis monster, and it always looked like Freddy Fazbear.
Ugh.
So I'll just keep being myself. I mean, not a sleep paralysis monster.
I hold back the urge to start making Freddy Fazbear sounds. We have a very, very serious business here. So you mean I'm not gonna go...
The book says to convey aching adoration and a hint of forbidden desire.
Victor starts scribbling something on the napkin.
Maybe something like this?
No, Victor. Try again.
Yeah, I guess this really isn't the most aching thing in the world.
Hey, it would impress me, but not this time. He takes a less greasy napkin from me and starts drawing again.
What about this?
Oh, marry me, yes or yes. Dang it, that's pretty cute. Will you marry me? And a funny kitty. Wonderful. That lonely, pain-filled tear is like the cherry on top. Oh, it does have a little tear. No, Victor, try again.
Exactly. Wrong again. This still lacks that forbidden desire, I suppose. No worries, we can work with this. I'll try to follow the instructions more closely this time.
I read the new note and felt a wave of heat wash over me. I don't know what muse visited this guy, but it seems like his inner incubus has finally broken free. The note is short, but it feels like it was written by my most passionate secret admirer. I even feel a bit embarrassed. Looking at me, Victor lets out a quiet chuckle.
I feel like this one definitely hit the mark. I literally feel it, like an incubus.
Aww.
Not for nothing did I read all that never mind.
Now, see, that's where you're wrong. I've rarely seen a hentai that was, like, romantic. Most of it's very tragic. Why do so many have so many sad endings?
Recognizing the desires of the vessel.
He glances at me. What does Vessel Espoir want? The vessel wants to leave work as soon as possible. Let's not linger, young man. He glances at the clock.
Yes, I understand. I need to draw my own conclusions, right? People don't just tell you what they want. You have to observe. Sometimes people want you to stop annoying them with your incubus stuff. Well, we're almost done anyway.
He feels like an idiot, but on top of that, he feels like he's made some fundamental discovery. I'm not just a grumpy old troll. I'm the apple that fell on Newton's head. Well, at least that helps.
You have a very elegant ear shape.
God, why me?
Oh, no, sorry about the ears. But they really are nice. Maybe not that nice. I should have complimented your hair, or something related to personality traits. I guess everyone has their own thing that works.
He looks like he's reevaluating his life. I feel like a true mentor, almost wanting to stroke my non-existent kung fu beard and nod slowly. I will stroke my non-existent beard and nod slowly. Like a tiger stealthily prowling through a gas station, Victor blinks in surprise.
Yes. Thank you, Master Sifu.
In his eyes, I can see genuine concern for my mental well-being. Shake your head. He needs to try harder. We gotta go back to boot camp on this one. Demon boot camp.
Well, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right?
From the look on his face, it's clear he'd rather choose immediate disintegration over this awkward social interaction. But he's genuinely pondering how to improve his approach. It would definitely be something more inventive next time, maybe even surpass that compliment about the ears. Regardless of everything, I feel waves of tension radiating from him. Apparently I scared the monster with my sternness, and I thought I should be the one to be scared, not the other way around.
Beautiful mortal soul, I've appeared to you in half-dreams so many times, but I finally decided to find you in reality. I won't let you go so easily again.
Oh, he's trying his best. Let's leave it at that. Victor, who also felt something unusual, freezes for a couple of seconds. The illusion breaks. He nods slowly. I'm sorry, Pookie, this time we're not going to discuss the Silent Hill soundtrack.
Yeah, of course.
He clumps his way to the counter.
Thank you so much for the feedback. You were honest with me, and I really appreciate that. It gave me a lot more than this book did.
He sighs mournfully, that unfortunate seducer.
It seems this is still harder than I thought. But hey, I remembered not to say dumb compliments about pirates, and I need to come up with another cool persona for myself. I'll call it something dangerous and alluring, like Hunter. There.
A new determination flickers in his gaze. He really took something from this conversation. Aww.
I think I'll go practice a bit more at the bar down the street. I'll find someone very drunk and very deaf.
He leaves me, leaving the gas station in silence. He was so consumed by the weight of his existence that he forgot to leave me a tip. Wonderful. Well, at least he didn't try to suck all the blood out of me or turn me into a cash register.
Acceptable, organism. You have shown potential. However, potential without full realization is nothing but cosmic dust on my appendages. Try harder, and maybe one day you will earn the right to behold the manager's restroom. Safe journey to your human refuge.
What a relief. Oh, the only one who likes me enough to send me home is the Mad King. Well, you know what? I already went home alone. Carriage? Carriage for the Queen? We'll just say this is the canon ending. I like this ending.
I knew you would come, my dear.
Deiran's voice was velvety and sly. I looked down and realized that my t-shirt and jeans had been replaced by some elegant attire. How old-fashioned of him.
The kingdom missed you so much. Every crooked spire of this castle longed for your silhouette. Every mad courtier whispered your name, hoping you would return and bring even more chaos to our usual chaos.
He looked into my eyes, and his gaze was a mix of madness, adoration, and the promise of the most unpredictable eternity.
You'll never be sad again. From this moment, sadness for you is just a word in a foreign language, my dear. my queen.
And all it took was one night shift at a gas station.
Sorry, Bob, I can't come back. I'm royalty now. Also, I'm insane. Well, I don't know if I got all the bad ends, or if that's all the bad ends that can be, because you kind of need to get a tip if you're gonna move forward. But this was just a small snippet of this game, so if you'd like to see my full playthrough, there should be a link somewhere, maybe at the beginning of this video, definitely at the end of this video. I highly recommend you watch that first, because I cut out a lot of stuff in this video that you might have missed. This is a really good game. But I was just curious as to what the bad ends of Please Don't Eat the Cashier would be, and this game is surprisingly sweet. As always, there will be a link in the description if you would like to follow this developer so that you could play this game yourself, or if you would like to see if these developers do any more stuff. And of course, if you'd like to watch me play more amazing visual novels, feel free to peruse my channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, because we're trying to make it to 100,000 subscribers. I did all that in one breath. But until next time, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.